if you're new here, you might not know that I am the Real Love Alchemist, which means I specialize in helping you release subconscious blocks to love. What is a subconscious block? It's a part of you, usually from your childhood, that associates love with something bad happening. And so in an effort to protect you, it can push love away, keep you away from love in order to keep you safe. When you release those blocks, you then open your heart and you allow healthy relationships into your life. But I'm not here to talk about my work today. If you want to know more about that, click on the link in the description. I'm going to be talking about a very specific type of block that can keep you from real love. I'm going to be talking about a very specific type of block that can hold us back from real love. What is it? The romantic beliefs that we're carrying around about love and relationships. Because they're just that. They're beliefs. They are not the reality. And if you're holding on to these beliefs, they will keep you from healthy love. So let's get into it. What are some of the most common beliefs that you might be carrying around that are keeping you from this healthy relationship that you want? The first one is believing that there is some sort of perfect partner for you out there. If you have a very rigid idea of what your partner should look like, then you actually close yourself off to an amazing relationship, to the potential that someone could be a really great partner for you, but they don't fit into that box of what you thought they would look like. You might miss out on someone who would be amazing for you, but they just don't fit that ideal. So here's the truth. Nobody is perfect, and real love means accepting someone's imperfections and loving them for who they are. Big disclaimer here. This does not mean that you should tolerate abuse and mistreatment. Not at all. But what I do mean here is that just because someone isn't perfect doesn't mean that they wouldn't still make you very happy and be a great partner to you. The journey to real love means learning how to accept someone for who they are with their imperfections, just like you would want someone to accept you for who you are. The second romantic belief that you might be carrying around that keeps you from real love is believing that a good relationship, that love should always be easy and effortless. Because while it's true that love can bring a tremendous amount of joy and happiness, it doesn't mean that it's always easy. To have a really great relationship, it does require effort. It does require compromise, and it does require commitment. If you're believing that things should always be easy and effortless in relationships, you might give up on a really great partnership when things get rough. Again here, disclaimer, all of this advice is if you're in a healthy relationship. If you're in a toxic relationship, that relationship really is too hard and you do need to give up and move on. But when you meet a partner who is healthy, emotionally available, and you have a good connection, that's not something to give up on easily. If you're having some conflict, you want to work on the relationship. Because like I talked about before, real love means accepting someone's imperfections. And that takes effort. That can also take some healing on your part. It's not always easy to do. But again, just like you would want your partner to do that for you, you would want to do this for them. The next romantic belief that you might be carrying around that's keeping you from real love is believing that your partner should just know what to do in all situations. They should just know what you want and what you need. Here's the truth. Your partner is not a mind reader. They are not supposed to know what you want. Communication is the key to a healthy relationship. And it's so important to be able to express your needs to your partner. You gotta tell them. If you believe that your partner should just know all the time, then you're going to feel extremely frustrated and disappointed. This desire of wanting our partner to just know what we want comes from the wounded inner child. Because when you were a baby and you weren't very good at communicating, people around you were supposed to kind of figure out what you needed and what you wanted, right? Even though they probably didn't always get that right. But if you're stuck in that place of expecting people to know what you want and what you need, the growth for you is to learn how to communicate that to your partner and to know that that's okay. That is what's supposed to happen. Now that you're an adult, you can use your words and let your partner know what you need and what you want. Another romantic belief that you might be carrying around that's keeping you from real love is believing that love conquers all. Man, have we heard this one over and over again. And it's a great sentiment, right? It makes for great movies and great love songs, but it's not the reality. Love is very powerful, don't get me wrong, but it's not enough to overcome every obstacle that you might encounter in a relationship. Because here's the truth. Love will not be enough to stop an abusive partner from being abusive. Love will not make a narcissist stop treating you badly. And love will not make an emotionally unavailable partner open up to you. Real love requires compatibility, trust, shared values, and so much more. If you're relying on love alone to make a relationship work, you'll be left out to dry. Another common belief that you might be carrying around is that relationships should be perfect, meaning that there should be no challenges to overcome, no obstacles. Everything should just work out. And this is a really common belief that in particular we may develop after coming out of a toxic relationship. We can tend to swing to the other extreme because if we were in a toxic relationship, we were tolerating a lot. We were putting up with a lot. And so when we get back out there and move into our next relationship, we can swing to the other extreme and believe that there should be no problems and no challenges to overcome in this relationship. Because there was so much conflict in that toxic relationship, because there was so much chaos, we then swing to the other extreme and believe that in a healthy relationship, there should be no conflict, there should be no chaos. We believe that everything should be easy and perfect, and that's not true. There will be conflicts in your relationship. There will be obstacles to overcome. What makes the difference between a toxic and a healthy relationship is the way that you resolve those conflicts. If you're resolving the conflicts in a healthy way and communicating in a healthy way, that's real love. That's what it looks like. Even great relationships aren't perfect. I'm in a great relationship, but would I say it was perfect? No, I'm not perfect, and my partner isn't perfect either. We both definitely have our own baggage. We've got our issues, but we do our own healing work. And we respect each other enough to do that. And that's what makes the relationship great. Speaking of love conquering all, if you have the tendency to try to save your partner from whatever they're going through, check out this video here.